See, cancer don't take no prisoners. Either you're going to eliminate it or it eliminates you.
The minute you're diagnosed, your immune system goes in the basement. I mean, you're in fear. I know, it happened to me.
In my opinion, dealing with life-threatening ailments, cancer, AIDS, etc., I think that's actually the secondary disease. The first disease is fear.
By the way, a lot of people think there's outside cures for cancer. That's not true. There is no silver bullet. But unless your own immune system destroys the cancer, you're going to still have it.
At the turn of the century, from 18 to 1900, 3% of the U.S. population had cancer of any kind, shape, or form.
Cancer is on the rise. We spent trillions of dollars. You know, we're winning the war. Hell, we're not doing a damn thing, losing our ass. 1 out of 2 people, that's 50% of people, have cancer right now.
I've had cancer twice.
I was diagnosed with cancer 10 years ago now, what they call the fastest moving cancer.
It's not a question of will I have cancer. It's really a question of when.
Well, it started out when we lost our first son to cancer. I have a hard time talking about that. That was the saddest part of our lives. But he had brain cancer, and I guess it looked to us like the chemotherapy is what killed him, because we'd take him in a healthy plain boy, and he'd come back like a. I don't want to go back there.
If you have surgery for colon cancer, it will always come back. Why? They did not address a problem. The problem is acidosis.
There was 4 people that I knew that had at least a stage 3 or less of the cancer when I did. And the longest one made it was 9 months. None of them were here, and they all did the chemo. And I'm the only one that didn't do chemo, and I'm still here.
I would rank the American Medical Association on a 1 to 10 scale minus 300.
How about a minus to 2,000?
The American medical system? 0.
If you're going to rate America on the basis of the quality of health care, I'd probably rate it as a 1, because the health care in the United States, we're one of the sickest nations in the world. Of all the organized nations, we are down on the bottom of the list.
By the time we got to biopsies, the cancer was everywhere and had already made it into a lymph node.
What was the thing that clicked in your brain one day to make you decide to not be so narrow-minded?
I was seeing these patients, and to my amazement, they were doing well, and this was a real awakening to me why they should be doing well when they weren't getting what I always learned was the only way to treat cancer.
There's more damage caused by chemotherapy and radiation than there is benefit.
Well, when I found out that I had cancer, I did the conventional treatments for a period of time till I knew they weren't working. The treatment was killing me faster than cancer. I did my research. I spent years doing this. As a result of it, I have become cancer-free. Other people can become cancer-free too by doing these.
Daniel was diagnosed in January of 2002 with a malignant brain tumor. We did surgery. It didn't work. They got 18%. They wanted to chemo him to death, basically. We found poly-MVA, and they found us. He's been taking it for 2 years, 2 months. His tumor is in necrosis state, and he's alive. And that's because of poly and God. And that's the way I feel about that.
I had breast and uterine cancer diagnosed in December 1990. I said no to surgery, and I survived breast and uterine cancer.
So the options were surgery and chemo and radiation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. When I asked, well, you know, if I do all that, is that going to be the end of it? They said no. So I knew there was something to this business of, you know, this combination of food, herbs, et cetera, et cetera. I did this routine and went back for biopsies. I went and was completely cancer-free. No cancer to be found. That was 10 years ago.
You don't vote, you get the kind of government you deserve. You vote, and you vote people in who will create a national health insurance so that everybody is covered. It's pathetic, and there's no bigger earner than petrochemical and the pharmaceutical industry. They'll sell you down the river for their profits.